Good day, everyone. So for today, we will start to discuss our new lesson in statistics, which is all about the measures of central tendency for the group data. So what is our objectives in today's lesson? First is we will group the ungrouped data. Second, we will create the frequency distribution table or FDT. And third is we will calculate the mean, median, and mode for the group data. So let's start our discussion in defining what is a group data or grouping the data. When the number of observations is large, we may condense the data into several groups. We record the frequency of observations falling in each group. Presentation of data in groups along with the frequency of each group is known as the frequency distribution of the group data. So meaning, if your data is 30 and above, pasok na po siya sa group data wherein gagawa na po natin siya ng frequency distribution table. Okay, first is we need to calculate our class interval or represented as small letter I. The first step is to determine how many classes you want to have or our K. And in deciding the approximate number of classes, HA Sturgis provides a formula for K, which is equal to 1 plus 3.322 log of n, where K is the number of classes, and n, or log of n, is the logarithm of the total number of observations. So, si n po, that is the total number of your data, or that is the total number of your sample. Next, you subtract the lowest value in the data set from the highest value, which is our range in the data set, and then divide by the number of classes that you want to have, where R is highest score minus lowest score, and K is the approximate number of classes. So to find the class interval, we have R divided by K. Okay? Next, let's have our example. So let's say this is our data. So first of all, of course, you need to know what is our N, or what is the total number of your data. So, to know, of course, you need to count your data. So, count natin muna yung first row. And then, since we have 3 rows, multiply na lang po natin sa 3 para makuha natin yung total number ng ating data or N. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 per row. So, 10 times 3, our N is 30. And again, if our N is 30 and above, that is under the group data, wherein gagawa na po natin ng table bago po natin makuha si mean, median, and mode. Okay, first of all, you need to compute for the class interval or our I. Again, the formula for our I is equal to R divided by K, where R is the highest score minus lowest score, and K is 1 plus 3.322 log of n. Okay, so unahin natin si R. Ang sabi po kay R, para makuha mo siya, kasi need po siya para makuha si I. Kunin mo yung highest score sa data mo and lowest score sa data mo. So, hanapin natin sa data yung pinakamataas at pinakamababa. Okay, and by observation po, our highest score is 35, right? And our lowest score is 20. So, meaning, R is equal to 35 minus 20, which is equal to 15. So, we are done with our R. Let's have our K. So, for K po, we have 1 plus 3.322 log of n. So, calculate lang po. That is 1 plus 3.322 log of n, which is 30. So, lagay natin sa calculator. We get 5.91, which will be our K. So, 15 is our R. 5.91 is our K. So to find I, we need to divide 15 and 5.91, which is equal to 2.54. Round it off, we have 3. So our class interval is equal to 3. So yung interval po ng bawat classes natin ay equal po sa 3. So that is our first step in making the FDT. You need to find first the class interval. So meron na tayo, we have 3. So let's proceed with the table. So again, we have here our data, and we need to group the above data into groups of 3. Start your group from the lowest score of your data, which is our class. So again, kunin natin yung pinaka-lowest score natin. Tama, we have 20. And then ang sabi po, yung interval daw po nila ay 3. So meaning, yung pinaka-lowest class mo will be 20 to 22. Ma'am, bakit 20 to 22? Kasi po ang interval ay 3. So we have 20, 21, 22. Tatlo ang kanilang interval. Next class will be 23 to 25. Same. 23, 24, 25. Tatlo pa din. Next, 26 to 28, 29 to 31, 32 to 34, and as you can see po, di ba, ang highest score natin is 35. So, meaning, ang magiging first class po natin ay 35 to 37. Kung mapapansin po ninyo, lumagpas po tayo, no? But that is okay. Mas maigi na po na tayo ay sumobra, wag lang po tayong magkulang sa ating lowest score. So, meaning po, this is our first class, second class, third class, fourth class, fifth class, and sixth class. So, meron po tayong 6 classes wherein I is equal to 3. Okay? Next. Next in our table is we need to distribute the frequency by counting the number of the data that falls in each interval. Kukunin na po natin yung frequency. At para makuha natin yung frequency, kailangan muna nating magtali. Aalamin natin kung saan po pasok yung bawat data na to sa ating classes. Okay? So, umpisahan na natin ang pagtatali. 24, that is class number 5. Sige, sulat natin kung anong class sila. Third class, fourth class, and fifth class. Okay, last is sixth class. Next, 32. Second class, 27, fourth class, 23, fifth class, 33, we have second class, 29, third class, 25, fifth class, 23, also in fifth class, 28, we have fourth class, 33, second class, 21, we have sixth class, 26, fourth class, 31, third class, 20, sixth class, 27, fourth class, another 27, fourth class, 23, fifth class, 28, fourth class, 29, we have third class, 33, second class, last 10, 31, we have third class, 35, first class, 34, second class, 22, sixth class, 26, fourth class, 23, fifth class, 35, first class, 31, third class, 27, fourth class, and last is 28, which is under the fourth class. So, bilangin natin yung tally natin bago po tayo mag-proceed sa frequency. Kasi meaning, kapag kulang yung tally mo, may mali po doon sa pag-count mo or doon po sa pagtatali mo mismo ng iyong data. Kaya kailangan mong ulitin. make sure na kapag yung n mo is 30, dapat yung tally mo 30 din po. Okay, bilangin natin yung tally natin. We have here 4 fives. So, 20 na po kagad yan. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And then after that, pwede na po nating makuha si frequency. Paano nyo naman makukuha si frequency or represented by F? Bilangin nyo lang po yung nasa tally. So, in 6th class po, we have 3 frequency. 5th class, 6. 26 or 26 to 28, which is 4th class, 9. 3rd class, 5. Same with 2nd class. And 1st class frequency is we have 2. Okay? That is for the second column, which is solving for the frequency. Okay, next. Next is we have to compute for the midpoint, or also known or represented by x. And for you to solve for the midpoint, you need to add the two interval points and divide it by 2. So our example is our first class, which is 35 plus 37 divided by 2. We have 36. Again, paano po makuha si midpoint? Ito pong dalawa na to, i-add nyo lang and then divide it by 2. And yun po yung inyong magiging midpoint. So let's say for example, yung 6th class po natin, that is 20 plus 22 divided by 2. So 20 plus 22, we have 42 divided by 2. 42 divided by 2, we got 21. And that will be your midpoint in 6th class. For 5th class naman, we have 23 divided by 25. I know that is 23 plus 25 divided by 2. We have 48. So 48 divided by 2, we have 24. And that will be your midpoint in 5th class. So same process po in solving for 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st class. We have 27, 30, 33, and in our example po, given na siya, si 1st class natin, which is 36. At paano nyo po malalaman na hindi kayo mali sa pagkuha ng midpoint? Dapat po, yung differences po nila ay equal po sa I. Ano po ba yung I natin? I natin is 3. So, dapat 3 pa rin po yung differences po ng iyong midpoint. Okay? Next. Okay, fourth column in our FDT po is f of x. So, to compute of f of x, you need to multiply the frequency and the midpoint. So, ang example po natin dito, we have 2 times 36 is equal to 72, which is ito po, 2 times 36, which is equal to 72. Again, to find the f of x, all you have to do is to multiply your f, which is ito po, multiply it to your x, which is ito, yung column na ito. So, f times x para makuha si f of x. So, let's start. We have 3 times 21, which is 63. 6 times 24, we have 144. 9 times 27, we have 243. 5 times 30, 150. And last is 5 times 33, we have 165. Okay, nilas ka na siya kasi nasolve na natin or given as example si 72. So again, in solving for f of x po, all you have to do is to multiply the frequency and the midpoint. Okay, next column. Before that, we have here the sum of our f of x. So, okay, bakit natin siya kinuha? Kasi kakailanganin po natin ito sa ating mean or in solving our mean. So, paano nakuha yung summation of f of x? Pinag-add mo lang po itong lahat. Pinag-add po silang lahat, then we got 837. Okay? Okay, next in our table po, we have the CF, or we need to compute for the cumulative frequency. So it is used to determine the number of observations that lie above or below a particular value in a dataset, and it is calculated by adding each frequency from a frequency distribution table to the sum of its predecessors. So, meron po tayong dalawang way para ma-solve po si cumulative frequency. So, this is the first way. So, una mo pong way is to rewrite the frequency in your last class. Ayan. So, rewrite po natin, we have 3. Kung ano po yung frequency sa last class mo, i-rewrite mo lang po. We have 3. And after that, yung nakuha mong cumulative frequency sa lowest class mo, ano naman ang gagawin mo dyan? I-add mo naman po siya sa frequency ng sumunod na class. So, we have 3 plus 6, which is 9. Okay, same routine, si 9 po, i-add mo naman po sa susunod na frequency. 9 plus 9, we have 18. And then 18 plus 5, we have 23. 23 plus 5, we have 28. And 28 plus 2, we have 30. So, dapat po mag-end up ka sa kung ano po ang iyong n. Again po, unang way po natin, kung galing po kayo sa baba, papunta sa itaas, isusulat nyo po muna yung frequency nyo, rewrite, and then add po natin sa bawat frequency. So, rewrite natin yung 3. 3 plus 6, we have 9. 9 plus 9, 18. 18 plus 5, we have 23. 23 plus 5, we have 28. 28 plus 2, which is 30. So, yun po yung unang way. Ano naman po yung pangalawa? Okay, so sa pangalawa naman po, ang gagawin mo naman po is same po na isusulat mo naman sa taas yung iyong n. Okay, same pa din yan po ng sagot. So, ito pong n na yan, isusulat mo po siya sa top. Yan. So, yun po ang starting point mo sa CF kapag sa top ka po manggagaling. Susulat yung n. After mo po masulat yung n, ang sunod mo pong gagawin ay i-minus naman po siya sa bawat frequency. Okay? I-minus mo siya sa bawat frequency na nasa second column. So, we have 30 minus 2 po. Ayan. Ito po si 30. I-minus naman po siya. Minus naman po sa 2, which is 28. 28 minus 5, 23. 23 minus 5, we have 18. 18 minus 9, 9. 9 minus 6, 3. Wherein 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. So, yun po yung dalawang way para makuha mo po si fifth column or si cumulative frequency. Okay? Okay, last column will be the lower boundary. So, for you to be able to solve for the lower boundary po, you need to subtract half of the gap value or 0.5 from the class lower limit. So, ito po yung class mo. Ang tawag po dito sa mga scores na to ay lower limit. Ito naman po, ito naman ngayon si upper limit. Okay, anong sabi? Para makuha mo daw si LB, magma-minus ka lang po ng 0.5 sa bawat lower limit mo po. So, umpisahan natin. Sa last class mo, 20 minus 0.5, of course, that is 19.5. Next, 23 minus 0.5, 22.5. 26 minus 0.5, 25.5. 29 minus 0.5, 28.5, 32 minus 0.5, 31.5, and your first class, 35 minus 0.5, we have 34.5. Again, in solving for the lower boundary po, all you have to do is to subtract 0.5 in your lower limit. Okay? And we are done with our table. So, tapos na po tayo sa frequency distribution table pa lang po. Okay. So, with that, pwede na po nating makuha yung 3 measures of central tendency, which is the mean, the median, and mode in group data. So first, in calculating the mean, we have the formula summation of f of x divided by n, where summation of f of x is the sum of all the f of x. So yun na po yung nakuha nating sum kanina sa f of x. I-divide na lang po natin yan sa total number ng observation po natin or sa total number ng inyong data. Okay? Next, in calculating the median, first po, kailangan hanapin mo po muna yung median class. Hindi mo masosolve si median hanggat wala kang median class. At para makuha mo po yung median class mo, all you have to do is to divide your n to 2. Okay? N divide by 2. And then after that, titingin ka po sa cumulative frequency mo, hahanap ka doon ng equal sa nakuha mo sa n divide 2 or higher than po sa kanya. Yung sumunod po na higher sa kanya sa cumulative frequency. And then after that, yun na po yung inyong magiging median class. Next will be, you need to solve for the median. And the formula for the median po is the lower boundary plus n divided by 2 minus less than of your CF divided by the frequency times I. So LB, lower boundary, and total number of observations. Less than CF po is cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class. Ibig sabihin, yung less than po sa CF mo ay mas maliit. And then frequency, or F, and I is the class interval. And last is calculating the mode. Of course po, hindi mo po makakalculate si mode hanggat wala ka pong modal class. So, para makuha mo yung modal class mo, ang titingnan mo lang po is yung may pinakamataas na frequency. Okay? Titingin ka dun sa second column mo sa frequency na column. Hanapin mo lang po yung pinakamataas na class and that will be your modal class. And then, pag nakuha mo na siya, gagamitin mo na po yung formula ni mode, which is LB plus D sub 1 over D sub 1 plus D sub 2 multiplied by I. Where LB is the lower boundary, D sub 1, frequency of the modal class minus the frequency of the preceding, ibig sabihin, sa mas mababa sa kanya. And then, D sub 2 naman, frequency of the modal class minus naman po sa class succeeding. So, ima-minus mo naman po siya sa mas mataas po sa kanya. And I is the class interval. Okay. So now, again, we have this table po, yung ginawa po natin kanina. Ayan na siya lahat. So we have the class, the frequency, midpoint, f of x, cf, and lb. Okay? So ito po yung sinolve natin kanina. Kunin na po natin si mean. Again, para makuha nyo po si mean, we have the formula summation of f of x divided by n, where summation of f of x is the sum of your f of x. Ito po yun. Sum daw po nito, which is ito po. And then, n po is the total number of your observation, which is ito. Okay? So, let's apply the formula. Again, your summation of f of x is 837. Nakuha na natin kanina sa table. And then, your n is 30. Okay. So, divide it. We have 837 divided by 30, which is 27.9. And that will be our mean. That is our final answer for the mean. Okay? Next is, let's calculate the median. Again, in median po, we have this formula. But before that, you need to find first the median class. And again, to find the median class, you need to divide n, divide it by 2. So again, what is our n? N is equal to 30 divided by 2, we got 15. And after that, since ang nakuha mo po sa median class ay 15, punta ka po sa CF. Sa CF ka po pupunta sa pang 5th column. Okay? Sa 5th column ka po pupunta. Hahanap ka po ng value na equal kay 15 or sumunod na greater sa kanya. Okay? Yung sumunod po na greater sa kanya. So, since wala pong 15 dyan, yung sumunod na greater, we have 18. So, meaning, ayan, meaning po, yung ating median class is yung 26 to 28 class po or yung pang ating 4th class. Okay? Ayan. Next, so since meron ka ng median class, you can now able to solve for the median. So, saan ka ngayon titingin para ma-solve si median? Titingin ka lang po sa iyong median class. Diyan ka lang titingin sa naka-highlight na yan. So, let's have the formula for the median. We have LB plus N divided by 2 minus less than CF over F times I. And then after that, we need to determine the values of each of the variable given in the formula. So, unahin natin si LB. Saan lang kayo titingin? Doon lang po kayo titingin sa ating median class or doon po sa naka-highlight na yellow. Okay? So, LB po natin dyan, given, syempre, we have 25.5, which is ito po. Okay? Next is yung ating N. Ayan, alam naman natin yung N natin, we have 30. And then, less than CF po. Si less than CF naman, di ba ito yung CF mo? Para makuha mo siya, yung less po sa kanya. Yung sumunod po na less sa kanya, which is 9. And then, of course, ang frequency po natin, 9, and our I, which is 3. And then, after that, substitute po natin lahat ng values na ito sa ating formula para makuha po natin si median. Ayan. So, pwede nyo siyang idire-diretso sa calculator para makuha mo siya. Pero make sure po na gumagamit po kayo ng proper groupings. Kasi kapag tinuloy-tuloy nyo lang siya, baka magkamali po kayo. Okay? Dapat gumagamit kayo ng parenthesis or bracket sa pagkuha po ng median. So, try po, before po natin siya is makuha, isa-isahin po muna natin. Okay, unahin po muna natin yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. After po nun, imumultiply natin sa 3. And then after po nun, i-add natin dito sa LB na 25.5. Okay? So, remain sa 25.5. Unahin natin, plus. Unahin natin yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. So, si 30 divided by 2, which is 15. Tama? 15. O, 15 na to. 15 minus 9, which is 6. So, 6 divided by 9. Ayan. 6 divided by 9, we have 0.66666 and then, direct na po natin siyang i-multiply sa 3. Yung sagot doon, we got 2. So, 25.5 plus 2, our median will be 27.5. And that will be our final answer for the median. Okay? And last is calculating the mode. Ayan. So, formula for the mode po, LB plus D sub 1 divided by D sub 1 plus D sub 2 multiplied it by I. So again, before po natin makuha si mode, kailangan kunin muna natin ang modal class. Paano nga ulit natin makukuha si modal class? All you have to do is to look for the values in the frequency. O, dito lang daw kayo titingin. And choose the class with the highest. May pinakamataas daw po na frequency. Ano may pinakamataas dyan? Ayan. So we have our modal class is 26 to 28 class. Ayan, which is our 4th class. So, ma'am, lagi po bang same yung median class at modal class? Hindi po. Kasi si median class po, kinocompute natin based sa N. Si mode naman po is nakadepende naman based po sa total number ng frequency. May pinakamataas. Okay? Kaya hindi po sila laging same. Dito po nagkataon na yung median class mo po ay same sa modal class. Pero hindi po sila palaging pareho. Okay? Again, para makuha si modal class, tingin sa frequency, yung pinakamataas lang po. That will be your modal class. Okay, so let's have again our formula. And then after that po, we need to determine the values of the variable in the formula. And of course, we will solve. So first po, LB, ayan, we have same 25.5. Next po, for our D sub 1, para makuha mo po si D sub 1, ang gagawin mo po is yung D sub 1 mo, tingin ka sa frequency mo, and then, ito po ang frequency mo. Ima-minus mo po siya sa lower value niya na frequency. Kaya po, 9 minus 6, D sub 1 po, sorry. That is D sub 1, 9 minus 6, which is 3. And then after that, si D sub 2 naman po, same pa din. Dito ka pa rin titingin sa frequency mo. Ima-minus mo naman po siya sa higher class niya po. Okay? So, we have 9 minus 5, which is equal to 4. And then, of course, our I is 3. So, substituted in our formula po, we have 25.5 plus 3 divided by 3 plus 4, wherein that is our D sub 1 plus D sub 2 multiplied 8 to 3. So, una mo pong gagawin, kung hindi mo po siya itutuloy-tuloy sa iyong calculator, ay kukunin mo po muna yung nasa loob ng bracket, tapos imumultiply mo po sa 3. Okay? Sige, kunin muna natin. We have, nasa denominator po natin 3 plus 4. Alam naman natin na that is 7. So, 3 divided by 7, that is 0.4285. Multiply. Dire-diretso lang po. Huwag po kayong magra-round off muna. Basta habang nasa process po tayo, hindi po tayo agad mag-round off. Sa final answer lang po tayo mag-round off. Okay? Yung nakuha nyo pong sagot sa 3 divided by 7, multiply nyo po diretso sa 3. At ang nakuha po natin is 1.2857. Tsaka nyo po ngayon i-add yun sa 25.5 na ating LB. Tapos yung final answer po, round off. So, ang nakuha po natin ay 26.7857. Marami pang numbers. Round it off to decimal places. We have 26.79. And that will be our mode. Okay? Ayan. So, let's have our math drills. For these math drills po, this will serve as your practice before po tayo mag-synchronous class. You need to create a frequency distribution table and you need to calculate for the 3 measures of central tendency given po this data. So again, you will answer these math drills right before our synchronous class. So all you have to do is to follow our steps po kanina in solving the table and in solving the mean, median, and mode. And that is all. If you have questions, you can ask it in our synchronous class or you can leave a comment down below. So thank you for watching this video.